Foundation. That's in the boardroom over there if you are on that board of directors. And also, we'll be serving food out here, but there are tables down the foyer area and also inside when we do break for lunch. And unfortunately, we're probably going to have to break for lunch. Not unfortunately, sorry about that, Barry. We'll have to break for lunch after this presentation, so we will have one presentation from Signo that we'll have to move to after lunch. Okay? All right, next up we're going to have Barry Hughes and John Kona. They're going to be talking about thin brick packaging, and they're going to use both microphones, wireless and this. Okay? And unfortunately, a member of the group.
We're on this one to start with. I'm on. There we go. There we are. I did get a little bit of advice from Holly about this. She said, we are going to be the last talk before lunch and we're running behind. So she recommended, out of respect for your time and to give you a little more time for lunch, we ought to buzz through a few of these slides. So here we go. How's that? That's a good start, huh? We're going to talk briefly about thin brick packaging. You know, thin brick is becoming more and more popular in the industry, so I want to show you a little bit about thin brick packaging. One of the difficult things of packaging thin brick is that no two thin bricks seem to be alike. They come in different thicknesses, different sizes, different brick, and they come in both corners and flats. So in order to solve that problem, we developed a tray to package the thin brick in. If you look at the top picture here, the tray on the top, the empty picture, there are two things that are important about that tray that I want you to know. First, its composition. This is material that's made for beverage containers straight from the mill that makes the heavy board. Now, when I say beverage containers, as a Baptist, you might think I'd be carrying a case of Cokes or something. Some other people might think of some other beverage in there. But I'll tell you, it's the heavy stuff that makes the little handle containers that carries, say, 6 bottles in it, the real heavy cardboard that does that. And the important property about it is that in the mill, when it's in the pulp stage going through the mill, the additives go in there to give it very high wet strength and very high water resistance. The second thing about it is the long dimension across the front of that is held standard. That's the only dimension on that tray that does not vary. That's 15 inches is what we use in those trays. All the other dimensions in the trays vary dependent upon the thin brick that's going to be packaged there. So if we're packaging a modular size thin brick, it's going to be a 7 5/8 tray. A king size will be 9 5/8, etc. So the trays come in different sizes, but the 15-inch dimension stays the same. Looking at the middle picture there, if you have a 15-inch dimension across the front and your thin brick is 1/2 inch wide, you can get 30 thin brick across each level of the tray. So the tray is designed to hold 2 courses of thin brick with a paper divider in between. It's the same material the tray is made out of, and that prevents ceramic to ceramic contact in transport and makes the tray much more durable. Secondly, the trays are then bundled with a strap. If you look at the little balloon picture up there, we put a strap around those loaded trays so that they become a single unit for loading in these corrugated plastic protective surrounds. Some people call them surrounds. You may hear them also referred to as sleeves. The surrounds are loaded with packaged trays, and you notice that the surround is loaded all the way to the top, level at the top. That is by design so that the ceramic, once it's unified, can carry the weight of the other pallets on top of it. Now, because we're putting a lot of brick on these pallets, weights can get above 3,300 pounds. So for that measure, what we do is you have the pallet, the surround is placed on the pallet, stapled around to the pallet, but that's not enough to secure it. Also, it has to be strapped to the pallet, so we're recommending 4 straps, 2 to each side, and if you look down at the top of the pallet, it sort of looks like a tic-tac-toe pattern that you see there. These things are stackable on the brickyard. Tic-tac-toe. These surround systems are stackable on the brickyard as high as you want them. The limiting factor is the engineering design of the pallet, because if you put 3,300 pounds on the top, by the time you get down to the bottom system there, you're reaching 20,000 pounds. Notice that these pallets are showing 4 stringers rather than the more common 3 stringers. And we do have an engineering system which designs these pallets, and we're happy to share that information with you at no cost to you to show you how well built and how exactly your pallets need to be designed in order to carry these loads. Now, Mr. John Kona, who's going to come after me in just a moment, has got experience with exactly this type of packaging at his plant, Acme Denver plant in Colorado. And that's a rough territory out there for seasons of things, and this package is performed, I think, very admirably out there. For just a brief moment, I'm going to tell you about what we think is going to be the next generation of packaging. Using the exact same trays that you saw in the surround, we stack them in the familiar cube pattern that you see up here in the middle of the package. We then use 2 pieces of corrugated plastic to surround them. The one in the lower right will go around the front of the package. The one in the upper left will go around the back of the package. Each of them have openings for the void there, so that this package will fit on your brickyard right next to your current brick packages that you have now. You can see this is one surround on it. The top of the package is covered, the front and the bottom is completely covered with corrugated plastic. You can see that the side is still open in the trays. Now I'm going to add the other piece to the package. It's completely covered by plastic, all 6 sides. It makes a nice, tight, unisized package that will protect it long-term on the brickyard and sit right adjacent to the current brick packages you have now. This is in prototype stage. If you'd like more information about this, come on up, John. We're going to be right next door to the ice cream, and we'd be happy to talk to you about it.
All right, thanks, Barry. My name is John Kona, plant manager at Acme's Denver plant, which is in Castle Rock, just south of Denver. About a year and a half ago, we were looking for a packaging system for our thin brick product line. We were looking at a local packaging company, and we also looked at Halbert Mills to see what they could help us with. And what we were looking for, our goals were at that time to have good weather protection. We get a lot of snow and rain out there. We wanted UV protection. We wanted to be a stackable pallet. We were saying 3 high. We wanted good brand recognition. We wanted something that we could put the Acme logo on, all the disclaimers for silica and such right on the logo, on the surround on our pallet, so it would be easily visible. Bright colors. We wanted economical pricing. Didn't want a real costly package that was going to drive the cost of our product too high. And then on the job site, we wanted a portable piece that Mason could carry around a certain amount of these thin brick to get it right up to where he needed to be working on the job site. We worked, ended up with Halbert with a plastic corrugated sleeve. It's got the Acme logo on it, a lid that goes over the top to protect the thin brick. The trays that Barry talked about, we get 3,888 thin brick on a pallet. This is a picture of what it looks like with the tray and the surround and the pallet in our plant. This is what our sleeve looks like. It has it says thin brick on there, green product. On the left-hand side there, it has your disclaimers and everything on there. On the right-hand side, we have just a stick-on tag that has our run number and the quantity of brick on that pallet and the type of material. This box here is the sleeves, or not the sleeves, the trays. Come in a box like this. The guys will take the tray. The thin brick will be put in there like that. We have a flyer. It's 8.5 by 11 flyer that goes on top of the brick, and he straps it and places it into the sleeve like this. We're actually doing a double strap at this time inside the sleeve, out in the yard. We're stacking them 3 high. We could go higher, but we just haven't done it at this time. We don't have a real space constraint in that area of our yard right now. So we're going 3 high. You can see we're doing the crisscross pattern that Barry talked about, and we're also putting a band right around the lid to hold it nice and tight and clean as well. And final picture I have is just a picture of one of our thin brick jobs in the Denver metro area.